Enter thou my paradise. The south entrance gateway to the Taj Mahal reads this famous Quran verse with its multifaceted meaning, inviting the visitors to an opulent garden, the personal heaven of Shah Jahan, dedicated to his beloved wife Mumtaz Mahal, the elect of the palace. Many of the world religions have the concept of Eden or pastures of heaven, but it is only in Islamic tradition heaven and garden are intrinsically intertwined in the concept of paradise. There, in Agra, Shah Jahan is believed to have tried to recreate the Garden of Eden in memory of his deceased wife. Apart from this symbolic, poetic function, the scripts answer an aesthetic call. The Islamic law forbids the depiction of live creatures, saying that trying to portray a human being, the author is trying to be on a par with God himself in the process of creation. Therefore, geometric and calligraphic patterns are a traditional characteristic of Islamic architecture. If we look up at the construction, all the letters seem to be on the same level. It is only one of the many interesting optic tricks of the medieval architects. Astonishing symmetry is the first thing to impress the visiting beholder. A watercourse with a pool in the middle divides the garden into even sections. The Muslims believe 4 is the number of perfection, and here is the setting of the garden. 4 identical sections, each divided into 4 even parts, with 4 identical flower beds, each hosting 400 blossoming plants. Such arrangement is called Chahar Bagh and is typical of Indian and Persian gardens. With true poetic symbolism, the 4 sections were said to represent wine, honey, milk and water, the basic liquids of life. But this configuration arose from more practical reasons. The climate of that part of India is quite dry, so the canals were filled with water from diverted rivulets and springs, and the layout maximised the use of this valuable commodity. This arithmetic accuracy has been maintained. Of course, one is free to check and count the plants and the lawns, but it is easier to take it at face value. The paths are surrounded by cypresses, the symbol of morn. Though we know quite a few facts about the Taj Mahal, the designer of the architectural project is still debated. One of the versions has it that the wooden model of the mausoleum was created by Ustad Muhammad Isa Khan. Yet another candidate for the authorship is Ustad Ahmed from Lahore, and still another gossip credits the whole design of the complex to Shah Jahan himself. French and Venetian architects are believed to have had a hand in the construction as well. Being recognised as one of the 7 wonders of the world, the Taj Mahal is the most beautiful Muslim mausoleum and is sure to be one of the most splendid buildings in the world. Shah Jahan went down in the history of India as a great builder, his reign seeing construction of the most magnificent palaces. While his predecessors used red sandstone, the palaces of Shah Jahan were built from expensive white marble, thus promoting the historians to name his reign the Rule of Marble. However, it is also believed that his passion for fine architecture brought the empire to virtual poverty. But have a look at this beauty. A snow-white palace surrounded by the red stone wall with slender flanking minarets that help to bring out the sublime splendour of the palace. Combinations of red and white were widely used in Mughal architecture. The construction of the Taj Mahal took 22 years, while the whole construction of the new capital in Delhi was built in half the time. The Taj Mahal, as any other Mughal construction, is a unique synthesis of Hindu and Islamic strands. Exquisite decorations of the walls, rich sculptures, various floral patterns, especially that of the lotus, are taken from Hindu architecture. While the Muslim traditions use laconic simplicity, thus bringing into construction the geometric red and white decoration and calligraphic ornament. The shape of the building, with its swelling dome above an arched alcove and flanking minarets, are also derived from the Islamic architecture. Let's take a step closer. The walls are delicately inlaid with meandering floral ornaments of precious and semi-precious stones and bas-reliefs framed with elegant Arabic scripts. It is said that the entire Quran is translated on the walls of the Taj. Do you remember the inscription on the gateway? Shah Jahan tried not only to create an Eden around the mausoleum, the entire building is like a wonderful flower garden. The Taj Mahal is flanked by two identical buildings of red sandstone. The western building, i.e. the one facing Mecca, is a mosque, while the eastern one, the Jawab, meaning answer, was created first of all for aesthetic reasons and used as a guest house. A popular local myth has it that Shah Jahan planned to build another Taj for himself on the other bank of the Yamuna River. An identical copy of black marble was supposed to mirror the Taj Mahal. If it had been performed, the symmetry of the complex would be more perfect. However, it is just a myth and there is no documentary proof. And finally, the last optic trick from the constructors of the Taj. When you face the mausoleum and take a few steps back, the building will not get smaller. On the contrary, the building will become larger and larger, as if it's haunting you. In a way, that might be true. The Taj will never leave you alone now, since anyone who saw it once will be changed forever. As famous British traveller Edward Lear put it, all people in the world fall into two groups, those who saw the Taj and those who've still not had this honour. So, welcome to the club.